What's up, work? How you doing, bud? Just getting everything set up. We haven't streamed in a little while, so just be a second. For some reason, like, Restream itself has kind of modified some stuff. So, like, my chat window's not popping up in OBS and all that, so just trying to get everything sorted here. Might be a minute. Hopefully mic levels and all that are good. Should be. I was just making videos and it sounded fine. So, we should be alright. Probably won't be an incredibly long stream. I was up at like 4 a.m. But I figured let's get a stream going, you know? Gotta launch the Rocket League, gotta put it... So I normally play in ultra wide. So I gotta make sure we don't do that. Because that'll look funky. Probably don't want full screen either. Oh god, definitely don't want full screen. Windowed. I got a message from somewhere. I don't know where that came in. Well, we're figuring it all out. Just give me a second. Where's that? Oh, that's probably Discord. I gotta mute Discord. Let me do that. All right. Almost there, almost there. Okay. Let's see if this works. I should probably go to studio mode. Just in case. Alright, Rocket League's not working. Oh yeah, because I think the last time we streamed, I was doing Rocket Racing. There we go. Okay, let me move this over. Transition! We're back in the Rocket League space. Alright. Trying to think what else I need to do. Probably should have my dashboard open. Got a new Thrustmaster. Rocking Thrustmaster again. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Harry Weasel, what's up? What's up? Okay. Alright. We're gonna play some ranked. We'll just hold like an open Q&A about RLCS and we'll talk about it. Holy Ray! What a man. What a man. Thank you for the sub. Ah, the studio days. Was great.
Gib School.
Was great. Thank you, Only Ray. Always appreciate you, bud. 29 months. Insane. Insane. So real quick, work said the 896 teams is a lot. That is a lot. I guess that promotion worked with the top 128. How's that going to work with bracket and days? I have no idea, honestly. I haven't really been looking into that. I don't have to worry about open quals, thankfully. I think open quals are, what, 3 days? I believe? It starts on Friday, right? Not on Saturday, so if they divvy it up, they should be able to do that pretty easily. Like, it goes by pretty quick. But yeah, that's a lot of teams. I should not be here. Yep, that's my bad, dude. Oh, unfortunately, I just went in. Top 3. Of course, we got to start with the negativity. You know, I'm not a huge fan of starting with the negativity, but all right, let's do it. Top 3 cons of the new format. So Donkey Kong, probably number 1. Diddy Kong, no. Number 1 is open quals. I think it, which I guess I'm gonna loop that into 2 of them because I just barely couldn't say goodbye. Is like top 8 should definitely get an auto invite. My game's a little framey now after I did that. I gotta close all my preview things in a second here. All right, we're scored. All right, so let me close some previews. Turn off that preview. Turn off. All right, that one's not even on. This one's not even on. All right, we should be a little bit better. So yeah, it's a top invite, a not getting invites, and even like the next 8 not getting invites, the close calls really stinks. Just the whole qualifier process, I'm not a huge fan of. Again, we're still a little premium, but what else? Obviously, Worlds is number 2. The World Region Leaderboard, more importantly, I guess. I actually don't really care that any of you have one less spot. That's not the end of the world. Like, I do care, but I mean, like, that's not a high priority. Like, I'd rather an 18-team major. And then Worlds, just not having, like, the regions be represented by their strengths kind of stinks. And I think, honestly, I think Major 2 is really going to be hurt in this format. Because there's not going to be a lot of teams playing for a lot of things. I just scored that. Because most teams are going to be locked up. So I think just that whole process is not great. Like, obviously, losing wildcard is part of that. I'm going to be playing probably really badly, so I'm going to be thinking about all these topics. But yeah, so that would be number 2 Kong. Number 3 Kong. I guess casters. I mean, like, obviously that's part of the budget. But, you know, obviously that's number 1 Kong for me. But, yeah. I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head. So we're going to go with that. So yeah, it's going to be hard to do this while also playing ranked. I should have thought about this sooner. But we're still going to win. Don't worry about it. We find ways. Find ways. That's what I do. Oh boy, dude. Dude, just challenge. You gotta just challenge. There's 2 of us back. You just challenge no matter what you do. Challenge. Alright, let's see. Have I done my homework on the NA 796 seed from Stacks? What's up, Stacks? No. The beauty of working on the top 16, I'm going to do my homework for most of these teams after quals. Like, once quals are done and we can lock that all down, that's where the homework begins for me. Work smarter, not harder, you know? They should have kept Corelli instead of me, that's for sure. Anyway, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of teams. It's gonna be quite interesting. We'll see what teams actually get bounced out early and all that stuff. Oh, I thought he had it. Do you think it'll be difficult for people who aren't pro to get top 128? I mean, yes, I get. I mean, it depends on where you feel like you rank, because there's a lot of players that have been competing like over the years that have always kind of fallen outside that window of being pro. and they'll be probably a lock for 128 just because of the experience and all that stuff. Like, it's hard to tell exactly. Like, I assume you're still going to be SSL no matter what to get to get 128 in every region or in prize money, or not every region, but NA and EU. I'm not sure where that line would end, honestly. I haven't really been like counting up the players or whatever. But it depends what you mean by pro, obviously. So you're going to be guaranteed SSL for at least the big regions. And then, like, after that, who knows? Depends on who signs up, I guess. In the smaller regions. But yeah, there are plenty of players that have been competing that, yeah, they never make it and they just miss it on that window. So they'll definitely be there. They're probably pretty happy about the change. Oh boy, I should not have challenged. That's a good pass. That's a little bit of silly me. I should just let my guy do his thing. Holidays made me rusty. It's just hard to like talk and play too. Alright. Top 3 pros. Well, we already saw the shift list. So there you go. Who needs a better list than the shift list? Oh man. What a travesty that list was. It's just a... Alright, really quick on that list. Like, I don't mind if someone's list was that list. Of like, here's my 20 players. But when you do it by committee, you would think the law of averages would like average it out, right? To a decent list. Because obviously, like, I had my list. And I'm not saying my list is great. Like, I would say my list is probably bad. But it's my personal opinion, right? Which is fine. It's just when you have a committee of people making a list, you would think the list would make some sort of sense. And it just doesn't. But whatever. That's fine. I just tend to ignore it. I do like that they're just like, you know what? Let's just put out 3, 2, and 1 all on the same day. Normally it's 2 and 1 on the same day. But they're like, this list is so bad. Let's just put out 3, 2, and 1. So, yeah. All right. Real quick. Let's get through a couple of these questions and then I'll get back into ranked. Joseph, what's up? DJ, how you doing? Do you think Blast did well with what they had available budget cut wise and such? Like, I don't know exactly what the numbers are or like anything like that, so I can't really like offer an opinion on that. Is it true that minor regions aren't getting a broadcast? I don't know. We don't really know much outside of our bubble of like NA and EU, I guess. So I don't really know much outside of that. They just saying Chalk Rise proposed taking OC spot and then have an APAC and SSA fight for a spot instead of taking EU and NA spots. Each major would have some sort of qualifying match for those regions. Thoughts? How are you going to have APAC and SSA match up? Like, they would have to go to a LAN and do it anyway. And also taking away, like, an OC spot. Like, I think there is a world where you could have OC lose a spot. Like, I think, like, if people really wanted that 5th spot in, like, NA or Europe, I would just do it based on whatever region wins a major, they get the extra spot going into the next one and just take away, like, OC's spot. Like, so if you want to solve it that way, sure. But I like I've always been a person who didn't like that we expanded NA in Europe out to 5 spots. I thought it's not really needed. That's kind of the whole point of the qualifiers is like, if you're a 5th best team in Europe and NA, you've had 3 chances to show that you're better than 4 other teams and you haven't. It's like, do you deserve another shot? I don't know. But you could also say that about the 4th spot, 3rd spot, you know, and so on and so forth. So, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, if you're going to lose a spot, you're going to lose it from there. Like, I get it. For those are the big regions, the big viewers, and all that stuff. You want more orgs. I get that. But at the same time, I'm like, the 5th seed normally doesn't do much. Like, obviously, there's outliers to that. But, yeah, it's, like, not necessarily needed, in my opinion, at least. What are my thoughts about Chiefs' new coaching role? Yes, I saw that quickly. I want to see who's on the team again. I know it was like Andy and who else was on Area 5? and Aris. So like it's gonna be fun. Like I'm expecting the Chiefs to do great things. I'm gonna be rooting for that team for sure. The Chiefs is a good friend, and I hope the best for him. I really, really do. First killer breed 19 was criminal. So first killer for me, I would have moved down to like 15. I don't think he can go up much more just because of like the implosion of FaZe. They were the worst world championship team. They were, they didn't even make spring major. So I get it why he's so low. Like obviously he's a great talent, but if you're talking about results and all that stuff, like I think there's two different lists, right? You can make a list right now and just ask people who are the best players in the world. I think that list will get you a better indication of like your top 10 players, I guess. When you're talking about top 10 players of a year, it's going to be more results. It's going to be more about what you did in that year. And first killer didn't do much. Obviously, Winter Grand Finals, but after that, literally did nothing. Sure, regionally, he was okay, but even in spring, he couldn't even be a top 5 team like in NA when NA was at their weakest point. So I get it to a certain extent. He's obviously a top talent. We all know that. But when you talk about it in terms of like a year, normally you're going to talk about your team success or your success in general, and the whole team imploded. So it's really hard to like move him up much past 15, I would say, ish. But yeah. Metzenars and Magnus going to make top 4 at 5th. Yeah, they didn't sign up for the first qualifier, I think, is what they said. But yeah, it's Metzenars, Magnus, and Tigray going for qualifier 2. Is this the last week you were streaming for the season? No, I plan on streaming during the week between RLCS and stuff. Like obviously, I wouldn't stream on a Friday and stuff like that. But I do plan on streaming a little bit more. It's been hectic. It's been just trying to lock down a contract. It's been trying to just deal with like holiday family stuff and all that. So I'm going to try and get on a more regular schedule, but no promises. When did you sign on as coach for Papa Rizzo's team? Oh, man. I would love that. Let's do it. Let's do it. I will sign up for that. It's probably not legal, but no one needs to know I'm actually the coach. We could just say it on the download. But that's one thing that annoyed me. Or not annoyed me. But I'm like, guys, here's one thing. And we'll probably get clipped here. Whatever the rules are, take advantage of the rules that are set by RLCS or whatever. But there's a few rules, guys, that like no one's really gonna know. Like, hey, I heard there was a couple coaches that might be under 18, right? As long as you're not a coach of a major team, you can still coach them. You don't have to sign up as their coach. Like, what does that matter? It does not matter. Just do it. And if it comes down to it that you actually make a major, well, then I'm not going to the major and we'll have to just have someone else come in and coach. It's like, I don't know. It's like take advantage of the rules where you can, and like where you can't, it's like, where there's some rules that, no one's really going to know. Hey, just saying, just go for it. Just go for it. That's how I would do it. Anyway. Shift up 20 isn't based on committee vote. They actually made a formula to choose the players objectively. I thought they said it was like they had a bunch of people come in and do it. And maybe they like had a formulaic approach, but I thought it was still a committee. But either way, then that's a terrible formula. So whatever. Yeah, I thought, so I could be like out of the loop here, but I thought at first when the list started, they were like, hey, this list wasn't done by us, it was done by a committee, but maybe like I misread that and it was done by a formula, not done by that. But then it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like, what's the point? I don't know. Out of the minor regions, who has it the worst for the upcoming season? What does that mean exactly? Like, who has it the worst? It's probably APAC, I guess, technically, because their prize-in went down. They lost the world spot, technically, I guess. And they're probably going to be battling with US West players. So I would say APAC probably got it the worst. SSA got a major spot back. They lost prize-in, but they got a major spot. And then like OC, Sam, and Mina all got prize increases. So, like, they're looking pretty. NA in Europe obviously lost a lot of prizing, but like they also got hit because they lose a major spot and all that stuff. But it's still NA in Europe. Like, yeah, you know, whatever. Oh, who will have the hardest season for majors and worlds? Like OC always has a hard time. Like it really depends on who signs up for APAC and SSA that can actually play with the ping, and if a good team somehow comes out of there, that'll change how it all kind of works. The OCE is just going to be like OCE players, so you know what you're getting out of that, unless someone moves down there, which is unlikely. Like, OC is not going to have a great time, but they have 2 spots. Like, APAC and SSA shouldn't have a great time either, but it depends on, like, if some, like, really good team is down there. But I don't think there really is. So, I don't know. Oh, we got to stop. Oh, God. I turned off preview, so now I can't see it. And now I got to get my Twitch up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Keep that, bro.
Oh, Bear Grylls. Thank you. Thank you so much, dude. All right, let's get back into some games. I'll answer some questions in between games, too. But I should have went for the double tap. I actually had a little bit of one there. It would have been hard to read it with the bounces and all that, but all right, we'll take it. It'll be interesting to see what cross-region activity happens. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like, so I'm not going to say I like the rule, but I understand where the rule is coming from. In terms of just play on whatever, like, just play on a region server. Because the way I see it, one, it's a Fortnite rule. And they just don't want, probably legally, to deal with anything. So it just takes, like, a less payroll, probably, to deal with, in my opinion. To do it this way. Is my guess. So I see why they would do it. Because, like, the old rule kind of was terrible, too. It was just like, just move there and play, I guess. There was no, like, you have to be a resident for a year, yada, yada, or anything like that, which is normal, or at least for, like, the League of Legends. I think they used to do that. I'm not sure exactly what they do now. But that would have made more sense. So it's either you lock it down completely, and you make it, like, you have to be a resident here for a year or whatever, so no one moves, ever. Or you just open up the floodgates, right? And they went with that, and I think it's like a Fortnite rule, because I think in Fortnite, you can play on whatever thing you want. So I assume that's why they did it, you know. Just make it the same. Make it easier to deal with. But that's just my guess. But we'll see how it all plays out. And I think it's like, the one thing I want players to do is to take advantage of any rule you can, while you can. And that's going to enforce rule changes if needed. And it'll make a better, like, overall experience in the future. Sure, it's not perfect now. And obviously, some rules could be better, like at the start. But if they're not that good at the start, then take advantage of them. I don't blame any player for taking advantage of any rules that they can. Make money while you can in Rocket League. Do what you gotta do. Like, I'm not mad about it, like any player, like, oh, like a US West player going to APAC. I'm like, hey, if they want to try, it's part of the rules, go for it. Like, hate the game, not the player, I guess. But yeah. I should not have challenged that. For some reason, I thought he was in a more awkward spot than he was. Just trying to buy some time here. Good save. Oh. Oh, I did not get a piece of that. Probably actually made for a better pass. Getting a lot of frames here. Sorry if it looks a little framey on your end. Probably won't look too framey on your end, but it's probably a little bit. But it is what it is. We'll deal with it today. I'll answer some more questions right as this game wraps up. Yeah, not the greatest ball. Oh boy, that was really framey. There we go. Pull out the win. It was a mix of formula based and results from a committee. Okay. And a committee vote, I think. Do you think NA and EU5 will be missed? I think that the thing that'll be missed is the more competitive aspect of the Swiss. Again, it depends who comes out of APAC and SSA and all that, but with NA5 and EU5, it would make matches more competitive. While I assume, and my guess is APAC and SSA will still be lagging behind. And that also includes OCE, honestly. So it's going to make less matches competitive in the Swiss format of the major. So that's where we'll miss it the most, for sure. But in terms of, like, going on runs and stuff, like, I don't think that's that big of an issue. It was rare to begin with, so I'm not really concerned about that too much, but it's gonna make the regional play more like cutthroat, I guess, too. So it'll make those a little bit more enticing. Like, no one's gonna be safe, like even going into regional 3 probably, unless someone does really, really well. But oh, nice save. Oh boy. Nope. Ran into the wall. Miss and boost. Oh boy, was that my teammate? Where was he going with that? So, odd one. I'm not expecting him to be challenging me for a shot. Oh boy, that's not good. Okay. Ow. Oh, I did not want him to tee it off my head. That was the one thing I didn't want. But turned into a good shot for our teammate. 2 good shots. Nicely done. Harry Weasel, thank you, buddy. I'm glad I'm part of the team, too. It's been a rough stretch. Trying to figure it all out, and obviously, go on Reddit, go support the other casters. Oh, I should have went. All right, we're good. Whatever they're doing, put eyeballs on their stuff, at the very least. They're all good people, all very, very talented individuals. So definitely go do that. Piano news. Will you be on the desk analyzing for RLCS this season? Yes, I will be on the NA shows. I'm basically doing what I normally do. Like technically, I have like a more like official title, I guess, technically with talent lead. But it's the same stuff I've been doing for the past a few years. I do like rotations and stuff for talent. Oh, that guy just got destroyed. Watch this. Watch this guy get destroyed by the rim. Absolutely murdered. Oh, man. But yeah, I do like cast rotations, and I work with the casters a little bit more to have their needs met. Like main comms from talent to blast to psionics. Like that type of stuff. But I've been doing that anyway for the past few years. It's just more of like an official title, I guess. And boost, go. Nope. Good save. Nice. Jack Cross. You're playing against me and my mate Tin. Nice, nice. Well, I saw the nice one from Tin. All right, I saw that on my 10 boost go. All right, tell Tin he's a jerk. All right, Jack, thanks. I kid. I don't really care. It's all right. This guy's just gonna do whatever. After this game, I'll go up back in chat and see if any questions I missed, and we'll go over that type of stuff. Oh. In terms of caster things, like I know, like I work with the NA and the EU guys. Outside of that, we don't really know much. I'm not sure technically if everyone has signed a contract yet of like who's coming on and all that stuff in NA in Europe. I would just wait for them to publicly announce if they are on or if they're not on. I haven't done anything this game. My teammate's just doing everything. It's great. All right, that's another one. All right, get the win here. Oh, we're just messing around. I get it, Jack. I kid. GG, GG. All right, let's go back up to the questions. Let's see if I missed anything. What do you think about them lumping together Fortnite and RL with rules? Seems lazy. They're completely different categories of games. I don't... It depends on the rules, right? Like, I think, like... in terms of, like, playing on servers and stuff like that, I don't necessarily mind. I do mind more of like everything's open qualifiers and all that stuff. I feel like there's more variance obviously in Rocket League and all that stuff. I think the like legal rules like age limit and servers and all that stuff, I feel like those, I don't mind you just doing both are exactly like basically like making Fortnite. That's fine. That I don't care about. That makes a lot of sense when you're an organizer. You want it to be the same rule set. When it comes to actual format and things like that, obviously that's where things should change based on the game. But in terms of like the legal rules, again, yeah, like what countries are playing and all that stuff, yeah, like that can just be like a normal thing between two games. I think I've convinced myself the rule change will be good for us in the long run. We got some eyes in the region. Better players will play on our servers, and integration was good. We suffer short-term pain. There's definitely going to be some pain. It depends on who actually comes over and actually plays well on ping. I think SSA players will, over time, get more experience out of it. But yes, I do agree with you, Greybeard. It's like a weird, like, it hurts SSA players now. But we'll see. We'll see who signs up and who actually has good ping and all that stuff. And if ping actually matters, we'll find out. Stacks. I wonder if any region girls, whatever they may be, refuse to cast any matches that don't have any players from their region. I mean, I doubt it. Because it's like, because again, like, don't hate the players, hate the game, right? Like, the players should do whatever they can to get an advantage while they can to make money in Rocket League. Let them do what they need to do. It's not up to them to make the rules, right? They just need to obey the rules. So long as they're obeying the rules, I'm fine with it. It's going to be a free community broadcast. We've always done for SSA. We got behind the news. Yes, we got that one. Do you think the decrease in age requirement is a good or bad thing? I feel like kids that are mature and wise enough to make decisions to become pro. Like, I think it's a bad thing, but I don't think it'll be as much of an impact as people make it out to be. But I still think, yeah, like, I don't think it was needed to make it go down to 13. It's also weird because we play on Fridays for, like, open quals, and, like, they're all in school, and, like, if you're going to make it 13, I feel like Rocket League should only be played on Saturday and Sunday. That's it. Don't play on weekdays at all. And I am going to come out with like an RLCS, like here's my dream RLCS 2025 in the future, where I kind of break down where I would put these things in terms of format without changing too much, but in terms of format to make things a little more exciting / makes it better for players and all that. But I just don't see like, hey, we're going down to 13, but you're going to play on Friday at 1 o'clock. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But I hope most kids are like, they're going to be in school and they're not going to have to worry about it. Am I going to be back as post-pregame analyzer? Yes, I will be on the NA shows. Joseph, no word yet on majors or worlds, but yeah. Why is Epic making these changes when nobody likes them in the community? A lot of the changes Epic's making are mostly budget related for the most part. It seems like it's like, of course no one's going to like them. That's just the way it is, right? I think the qualifier system, I hope that gets refined in the future. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see what else I'm missing here. Which teams am I going to root for the most? I don't really root for teams, but Achieves' team, I'm going to root for them. Besides that, yeah, I don't really care who wins. I just want good teams to win, I guess. I don't really care. I mean, like, it's weird. Like, I shouldn't say it's weird, but I don't like being the, like on desk, there's some people that like to have like a bias towards the team. Generally, outside of First Killer, I don't really have too many biases, but that's just because he's a good player. My biases are just like, if you play Rocket League good, I like you. That's usually how it works. That's why I like Europe more than NA. So it's just how it is. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really care in terms of like a player like to win it all or whatever. Like, that doesn't really matter to me. Ow. Ooh, I was hoping Roach would back pass that to me. That would have been nice. I'm not sure if he could reach it, though. Looked like he could, but I could be wrong. Oh, we got something. Oh, Bolt! With the raid. Thank you so much, dude. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I'm screwed. Oh, my God. My frames. My frames are dying. I don't know why that is happening. Thank you, Bolts. Welcome, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. I guess my encoder settings are like really messed up. I gotta fix that later. But welcome. We're just sitting here talking some RLCS 2024. If you have any questions that you would like me to try and answer, I will do so. Well, that's it. I blame Bolt. I blame him. So yeah, we're just chilling, playing some ranked, trying to shake off some of that rust. I've played a little bit here or there, but I've been pretty busy as well. And now there's Pokemon with guns, so, you know, I probably won't be playing this that much, but... I kid. Man, my game all of a sudden got super framey. Maybe it's this map? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Things are dying. Stream is dying. We got a mid at least, but no one's available. No! Took a bad angle right off the bat there. I should have scored. Oh my God, the frames. What is happening? No more of this map. One thing I do, I gotta close Steam. Also makes my controller more laggy. So I'm running on Epic. Maybe that'll help some things. Maybe some processes. I'll check my processes after this. Nah, no one is back here. I should have just cleared it hard out. Uh-oh. 2 flew and I went for the demo. Ooh, luckily they missed. Oh boy. This is a rough, framey game. But yeah, we'll answer questions right after this game wraps up. Just give me a couple. I'm not good enough to like play and read at the same time. All right, hold on. Let me close down my Steam. Maybe that'll help some things out. All right, GG. All right. Let me real quick bring up my processes. See what's hogging up my system. While we do that, let's answer some questions. All right, moving back on up. Do you think Mina has a shot at winning a major this season? And do you think Rule 1 or Falcons will be better? I haven't really thought about it too much yet with Rule 1 and Falcons. I've honestly tried to take a step back for a little bit. So I don't have an answer yet on that. I don't think Mina's there yet, because I think the hard part is Europe is just so good that's going to be very, very difficult. I think Europe are the kings, and it's going to be very difficult to take them down for sure. But yeah, like it's... I don't think Mina's there yet, but that's mostly because of how good Europe is. I think they can compete for top 4s, but I don't see them winning one. With the way the brackets work, though, it does mean a little more variance, so it's possible. Yeah, so we'll see. My bad for toxicity. Oh, a 10. I was just messing around, dude. It's all good. I don't really care. All good, Tin. Don't you worry about it. A later bolt. In major regions, whatever choice you think it's going to be sustainable for a decent-sized org to fund a team with this new budget. I don't think most orgs care that much about the prize money because they take such a small percentage anyway. It's more about, like, what they do outside of the game or more about, like, Rocket League decals. But I literally have no idea how much Rocket League decals do or, like, how good they are or not. I think for the most part, I don't think the budget cuts matter in terms of, like, prize money for orgs. They... Like, sure, that might be a very small portion, but I don't think it's a big deal. Like, the bigger deal for them is, like, the super long break, if you don't make the World Championship, and all of that stuff. Because then there's less eyeballs on you, and all that. So I think that's more of an issue. But, yeah. Does Sam have a better top 8 than NA? I wouldn't go that far. I think NA's turned into a very competitive region. From what we've seen, Sam definitely has a very good, probably what, top 4, top 5. But even then, Sam, like, let's not forget that Sam also did not do well at the end of last year. They were very disappointed. So, sure, I get it. You're getting a Complexity and Furia, but like after Sam in spring and Worlds was pretty disappointing. But they weren't great teams there. Compared to maybe an NA. Even though NA wasn't that much better, but they were still better. But then you have Furia, who made a major, but then also bombed out of that too. And, you know, like, things are going to change, but I wouldn't go that far. I think NA probably has them beat across the board still. Top 2, top 4, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to be fun to watch Sam, for sure. Very competitive region. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. I do wonder how they're going to do the seeding process. So there's like a math formula now for seeding. And I saw some people on like Reddit or took it upon themselves to like make what seed like everyone would be, but that doesn't necessarily include what do they do about cross region players, because right now like OSM's team is ranked like 11th in Europe when, you know, they're hoping to make 128 because OSM has a ton of APAC points. And like, do those points count the same? Should they count the same? Like, my personal opinion on that is there probably should be a rule in the season of like, if you move to a higher region tier in terms of prizing, we'll say, because there's 3 tiers now. There's NA in Europe in tier 1, then tier 2 is OC, Sam, and Mina, and then tier 3 is APAC and SSA. So if you move up a region, your points do not transfer. If you move down a region, your points do transfer. And it's not going to solve every issue, but I think it solves some issues. The downside to that, obviously, is if like a Complexity or like a champion in Sam wants to move to NA, then they would just be seated very, very low. And I think with the way we do open qualifiers right now, that would be a problem. I hope eventually we get back to what we used to do with closed qualifiers, with the Swiss and like all that. Because then, even if they were ranked low, they would only be knocking out a team that is not even a high rank, you know? So it wouldn't be as big of a deal. And they could just climb through that, make it to closed qualifiers, and battle their way through. There's an uphill climb for them, but it's possible without knocking out another good team. So I hope we get back to that at some point. where we do, you know, top 8 is in the regional, then the next 8 are in the close qualifiers. So none of those teams would be in that bracket. So a complexity or something, if they move back to NA, wouldn't be knocking out anyone good. And I think that would solve a lot of the issues. And I think that's a pretty easy fix. Obviously, the format's not going to change now. But I'm really hoping next year we can push them to go back to that format type. So I think that's an easy fix. And that's a win for everyone. But, yeah. But I do love the idea of we base seeds only on a math formula. I absolutely love that. That's how seeding should be done. I don't like this whole eye test, like let's rank our top 16. What off-season tournaments actually count? Do you get penalized if you play in it and do poorly compared to a team that doesn't play in it and all that? Like, I never really liked that. So I do like the idea of just a math formula. There's no arguments. It just is what it is. But obviously, that math formula is going to have its weaknesses in certain spots. So just try and make it as you know, like a great formula is going to have a few problems. But as long as you have very minimal problems, that's kind of what you want. But right now, I think it's like, it's almost there. It's not perfect. One thing I wish that they would have done is they didn't like account for the World Championship at all. So one thing I think they should have done is at least be like, all right, World Championship, we're going to count that as spring major points, right? And just we'll count those as your spring major points as well to add up to a certain team's rank, right? Because right now Vitality I think is seeded number 2. They should be seeded number 1. And if they counted World Championship as at least as spring major points, then they would easily be ranked 1, and that would solve a lot of issues there as well. So there's some small changes to the math formula that I would make. But overall, I am very, very happy that we're going to a more math formula approach for seeding. I should have touched it. Lewis, I am not a consultant or anything like that right now. Like in years past, for the past few years, like I would chat with them about point structures or just like formats and stuff. But this year has been more radio silent across the board until I got the contract. So I'm not really working on them with that. Oh. Oh! Oh! No! Oh, no! Oh! Woo! So close. Oh, I thought we had it. When it bounced out to him, I thought we had it. Then he hit the post. Oh, well. Rip! What's up, Frosty? My hot take is that G2 is inconsistent, Gen G is a flop, and M80 is king of NA. I mean, I could see the G2 inconsistent. Besides that, I wouldn't. Yeah. I'm not as high on M80 as probably most people are, but that's just me. Like, if I had to pick 4 teams, like, I might keep them out in my predictions this time around. Maybe. But because like a lot of uncertainty of like where Nats going and stuff, so I don't know. We'll see how they play out. Jorius, we'll see how he does. Like AJ, I like. It's tough. Like I think they're right on the bubble. They could be in, they could be out, but I think because they're on the bubble in terms of my mind, I'll probably put them on the outside because I think most people have them on the inside. If that makes sense. just to have like a better conversation piece about it. But I haven't really compiled all my thoughts on it yet. Just kind of waiting it out. Do you think a lot of retired pros are going to come back with a new prize structure? I mean, maybe they'll give it a go. It's not like it's a lot of money or anything. It's like, $100 or $150 or whatever, I mean, we've seen a lot more teams are participating, so maybe they will. They're like, yeah, why not? It's a quick, easy buck, and if we don't, we don't. Which is fine. Because there's a lot of players that, like, don't want to make content. Oh, that's it. So instead, I guess, yeah, they're like, we can walk away with $100, I guess, at least. But, sure. Like, we've seen it already that the signups are a lot higher, so it's working. Grind on the post. Oh, I didn't get it over him. Woo! Barely got it. Oh, is it going to turn into a goal? Let's go. Big demo. Close one. That was funky. Oh, nice shot. G2 is killing scrims, apparently. Just gotta see how it translates competitions. I mean, we've heard that before. Like, I expect G2 to do well, but there's gonna be some blips in their run, I bet. Oh, I missed the bump. No. Framey. My CPU can't handle it. We got a 1-goal lead. See if we can hold this. I could have shot that. It's kind of turned into a pass, but... I hit that way too close to him. Should have went for the flick. I'm not the greatest at those, so that's why I didn't really go for it. Oh, I thought you would take the shot. Just waste some time. Oh boy. Woo! Good save. No! Rip. Good bump, good bump. Should have side flipped out of it. Big save, okay. I had to wait a little bit because I had no boost. No! My bad, my bad. Could have scored it. I got a little too underneath it, so then it was messing up my angles. Oh, God. I'm blowing it. Should be a save. Yep, I'm definitely blowing it. That's my bad. Whoops. I should have just dove at that instead of trying to play it slow. We'll see how NA does. Obviously, like, there's no bigger wake-up call than a super long off-season, I guess, right? Where like everyone is trying to like hop around and stuff and trying to figure out where you're going to go. You want to put your best foot forward to be on the best team possible. So, you know, like NA's trying their best, but it's like Europe's just better. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I don't expect that to change too much. I could see a Gen G or G2 obviously competing versus the best of Europe. Outside of that, like, sure, there might be one-off events and stuff like that where those teams don't win NA. I'm not saying they necessarily win North America all the time, but to win like a major or a Worlds, I think those are the only two in NA that will probably do it, if they do at all. But I would still bank on Europe. What do you think about NA? You lose a spot in the new format. Like, I feel like if you're going to keep it at the teams that we have, like the maximum amount of spots, then yes, it makes sense. Like, obviously, yeah, I would love an 18-team format. I have a video all about that from last year at some point. And I think that would have been the better thing. But again, that's 2 more teams. That's more budget. It's all that. So, but yeah, I would have preferred 18 teams, but, you know, it is what it is. Like, I don't think it's, like, an incredible loss, because the way I see it is, like, you have 3 chances to show that you're a good team in NA or Europe, and if in those 3 chances you're still behind 4 teams, does it really matter if you come to a major? I don't know. That's kind of like the point of the qualifiers, right? To like make them more exciting too. But like, I was never a huge fan of the expansion from 4 to 5 in NA in Europe. Personally, like, I get it, it's bigger markets and all that stuff, but like, as you increase more teams out of a region, it's like, well, then the qualifiers become more and more pointless. So I don't know. Like, I get it, they have a better chance to win than, like, an SSA. But that doesn't necessarily matter. It's like, we got the Olympics coming up, right? And this is my analogy always. It's like, all right, swimming. A USA could have 8 of the top 10 swimmers in the world in any given category, right? Most of the time. We're very good at swimming. But we only get to send 3, I think it is, or 2 even, for events. So technically, like, the regional for the U.S. is more competitive to see who makes it to the Olympic team than the actual Olympics most of the time. Not every time, I would say, in some cases. But that's fine. It's like, no one wants to see, like, 8 swimmers of the U.S. like in the final. Like, no one wants to see that. Unless you're from the U.S., I guess. But it's not about bringing the very, very best, like the top 20 in the world. It's about bringing the top 20 across multiple regions to see how they compete. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. But oh, I'm in trouble here. Whew, all right. Just got back in time for that pass. Oh, we almost hit that. That'd have been another shot. Yeah, I should not challenge that. I was trying to be aggressive because I knew that the other guy had no boost and was out of position. But that was a bad idea. Oh, I wanted the dunk so bad. I was so close too. Oh no! Oh no! Rip. Yeah, I saw it like it wasn't in the article for like the new year. I think like a lot of people obviously were talking about the negative parts, but they were saying there was like a bunch of new decals supposedly. So I'm interested to see what those decals are like and all that. Or if they're new, or if it just means like the ones that we've already had. I'm not really sure. Oh, sorry, dude. Trying to just pop this up for my teammate. Oh, I thought he was a little closer to me. I wanted him to just like follow up and shoot it. But after I bumped him, he probably backed away. Go for the shot. GG. All right, hold on. Let me do a little housekeeping here. The wife texted me. Hope everyone's doing well, though. Outside of, you know, stuff. RLCS comes back this week. It's very exciting. Get to see how NA does. It's a lot of qualifiers, though. I'm not sure exactly how many team streams or anything like that is going to be happening. Not really sure how that all works. But yeah. Should be fun. See if any other questions I missed. What's my ideal rule for who can play in what region? It's tough, right? Because I feel like it's probably the, like, if you live there, like a resident for a year or something like that. I'm not sure exactly the rules that League of Legends does, but it was something similar to that. But I think they also had like a 3/5 rule or something for a while. I think it would be like 2/3 have to be from the region. 1/3 could not be, and they could just move there. But the 2/3, like the 2/3 to be from the region is like you've been there a year, right? I think that maybe that's what I would do, I guess. Oh, we got something. I gotta find it. Sorry. No, I missed it. Oh no. The hard part is I turned off my preview so I don't see the alerts. Rip. So, something happened. I think it might have been a YouTube sub. Either way, thank you. Welcome. You still rock with bad car and bad designs. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Are we still going to be able to watch the games on the RLCS channel here on Twitch? I'm pretty sure it's the same channel and everything, I would assume. For NA in Europe, that is. I'm not sure about the other regions, how that all works. I've been dabbling in Rocket Racing here or there. I enjoy it up to a certain point. Like, I think, like, I enjoy it the first week. Games like that come out usually, and then it turns into like a sweat fest of like everyone just trying to find the optimal shortcut and all that stuff. But I'll dabble. Like, it's funny because my son, like, it actually is really useful for when I have to level my son's battle passes, because they both have an account. Well, one uses my account, one uses his own account, but they both have the Fortnite battle passes. And Rocket Racing is actually really good to level up those passes. Not only is it good, but I also enjoy Rocket Racing more than like playing the normal Fortnite. So I'll just go on his account occasionally and just do some races and do his dailies and stuff like that. But yeah. Giblet's good. Gibster's good. They're both doing well. They're both doing well. Thank you for asking. All right, let me real quick get another thing going here. If you guys have any other questions about RLCS, throw them in chat. Would love to hear it. Or would love to answer what I can. Not saying that's necessarily going to be a whole lot, but, you know. All right. Let me do one thing. I'm going to turn back on my preview. Sorry, hold on one second. Do a little housekeeping. I don't have any information on casters that haven't announced either they're here or not. I'd rather them just do their own thing with that when they feel like there's time. We are gonna run quickly a bounty, because why not? It's just a quick 1-minute bounty, nothing crazy, or 2 minutes, I guess I should say, and then we'll continue talking about RLCS. I'm trying to figure out how to do this again. All right, here we go. We're going to do a little Totino's Pizza Rolls bounty. Set this up, and then I'll answer the questions on the way out of this bounty as well. I just have to figure it. I should have done this before. Gotta make sure my browser is good. That's not the browser we want. That would be trouble. Here we go. All right. Let's play this here real quick. I'll be right back. Well, I'll talk about it too, I guess. But
Well, what do we have here? Ordering pizza for game day, are you, Jennings? Amateur move. That's a shame. It's not. I'm smiling.
waste of good pizza. Or bad pizza, I guess.
Classic Jennings. When will you learn to eat like a grown-up? See? How hard was that, huh, Jennings? Do game day my way with Totino's pizza rolls.
Now, to be fair, pizza rolls are the greatest thing that this earth has given us. That is for sure. I will say that without an
What
ad.
do we have
Oh, sorry,
here?
sorry, playing that. So I'm happy to show off these fancy videos. I think they are doing some big game ads. You know, they call it the big game because they get in legal trouble if they say anything else. But here, we'll play one more.
My mom's always hiding the remote.
Now this is how you game day.
Check this out. There's Totino's in there, huh? That's not supposed to do that. but
That'd
it
be a
does.
sweet couch.
All right, next.
I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
Watch out, that's the hot seat.
Oh, yeah. Who wants one? It worked.
Do game day my way with Totino's pizza rolls.
Can you believe someone left this on the
Totino's
curb?
pizza rolls. I don't know why, but I like the way he says Totino's pizza rolls.
My mom's always
All right, hold on. All right, there we go. Totino's pizza rolls. Got some quick talking points because they want me to, you know, whatever. Fast, easy, convenient way to make pizza on game day. Obviously, we all know this. You just throw them in the toaster oven. Personally, it's how I enjoy them. Feed the whole family, yada, yada, yada. All that's affordable, best bang for your buck. Absolutely. Pizza rolls are great. We all know this. Most snackable way to eat pizza. We already know this, but I'll tell you this anyway. Most epic way to eat pizza is what they tell me to say. I mean, I think we all know. It's fine. Big game. They're going to do some Totino's pizza rolls, making a bold play to rescue football fans from disappointing pizza delivery, yada, yada, yada. Totino's aims to dethrone traditional flat pizza and help fans experience game day with pizza roll snacks that are a touchdown in every bite. All right, there we go. Totino's pizza rolls. Who doesn't like them? Who doesn't like them? All right. We'll move on back here. Let me bring this up. There we go. Let's get back into normal stuff here. I'm not a big fan of like, hey, we want you to do a 2-minute thing. We want you to show 2 trailers and then also say a million words. I'm like, all right, guys, I get it. Like, I'll show your ads, but I don't need to say the million ad reads when it's, you know, I don't know. But the Totino's pizza rolls, I do appreciate you either way. I'll probably get in trouble for saying that, but whatever. I don't care. Who doesn't like them? Let me re-edit the titles and we'll get back into some more gaming here. When will brackets be set? I do not know. I don't have those answers for you. Brackets will be coming, and I assume Thursday is probably when they would do it. I feel like that's what they usually would do. It's usually like 24 hours before. I thought, but who knows? Are you still contributing to our formats and rules as I was before? I am not as of right now. I'm happy to like talk to them about it and stuff, but it's been radio silent while we were getting like blasting and all of that stuff. So we'll see how it goes from here. It's not like technically in my contract or anything like that, but obviously I would still, you know, love to help and love to at least put my opinions out there of like things that I think could change that would be better, and all of that. So we'll see how that all plays out. But yeah, Red said on stream yesterday they have a Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, that makes sense. At least now it's more like a formula, so it's like it shouldn't be too hard to basically know what you're getting into. But yeah. Yes, I have signed a contract for this split at the very least. I think right now we're doing like splits. Probably going to do more long-term contracts later. But it was just to get the ball rolling for this first one. So I am at least signed on for this split. We'll see how it goes from there. What's my opinion on players playing in different regions? I do not mind the players doing it based on the rulebook. They should do whatever is best for them based on the rules. The rule itself is like, I see where it's coming from, of like, it's probably just a huge headache to do it any other way. I'm not saying that means it's necessarily right, but yeah. And it probably won't cause like too epic that they probably think it's not going to cause too many issues. And we'll see if there is a lot of issues. And if there is, maybe it'll change in the future. So I'd rather players like take advantage of any rules that you can, because the only way they'll change is if players take advantage of them, and then it'll change at some point, right? So we'll see. But I don't think it's the end of the world, like a lot of people think. But yeah, it's not amazing. And sorry about the frames here. I have my previews on. I gotta close them here in a second. Sorry, my computer starting to show its age a little bit. There we go. Gotta go. Sorry if it throws up a little bit there. Let me close the previews, and it should run a lot better. There. All right. We should be better now, hopefully. Let me know if there's any issues on the broadcast side of things. I probably have to turn down some things in Rocket League while I'm streaming. Since I haven't been streaming a lot, I put it up more high quality. Ow! Rude. Oh, that was my bad. I turned uphill for a split second. Like, Blast is definitely talking to like Epic and stuff about like what they should do. Is my guess. But yeah, we'll see how it all pans out and see if they see if any changes can be made afterwards, if like things don't go the way they expect them to or whatever. Great pass, great pass. What are my thoughts about lowering the age limit to 13? Would it be much stress on them playing in school? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that rule, but I get like it's the Fortnite way. So they want to just line those up, which makes sense on the organizer side of things. Not a huge fan of the rule. I think it probably won't affect too many players. Right now, at least, I think in a few years it will probably affect a lot more players, because now players that are around that like 11 age are gonna be like, oh, now I can grind because I'm only 2 years away, right? So it'll probably affect more players in the future. One thing I would say is like, I think if you go to the 13 age, I think Rocket League should only be played on the weekends. That would probably be the best way to handle that, because like the worst thing that can happen is the kid's like, Mom, I gotta miss, you know, my school on Friday because I gotta play in this tournament, and like having to miss out on that stuff when he's probably not that good anyway, would be annoying, or would be bad. So I would like it in the future if we went to just weekend shows and tournaments, and just maybe make the regionals last longer. I think that would solve a lot of issues, personally, but that's just me. Because I think one thing we could do, like, I'm going to make a video about, like, my dream RLCS 2025. And one of the things that'll be included is, like, I don't think a regional should be played all in one weekend. I think it should be played over 3 weeks or 2 weeks at least. Like 3 weeks at least with the qualifiers. One, like it allows you to build hype for matchups. So like you would do Swiss one Saturday, and then the next Saturday you would do the bracket for like say NA. A couple things it does. One, it lengthens the season. There's more eyeballs on teams, on players throughout the week. There's a lot more conversation pieces about the matchups like in that quarterfinal bracket. And I think like all of that is positive. I don't really see a negative to it. Like it'll allow a lot better content around the shows. It'll build hype. It does all of that. Because right now it's like the only thing you can really do to preview like an event is talk about the entire region as a whole, and you can't really get down to the nitty-gritty of like what if G2 plays like, I don't know, like a space station. How is that gonna look like? Because it probably won't even happen, right? So it's like there's no reason to talk about it. But like if you go into it the following week, it's like, all right, we know our quarterfinal matchups. We can really break down G2 versus Space Station. We have a full week to do it. We could do a first touch show about each matchup and about what happened like in the crazy Swiss and all of that. Milk that. Then either you play that whole bracket that weekend, or even if you just go top 4 the following week, right? Then the next Saturday, it's top 4. And you play those 3 matches on one day, right? So that'd be the only time where you don't have a lead up into a grand final. But then you get, you know, your G2 versus a Gen G. They're playing in the semis. It's going to be crazy. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what I think. Here's what I think. You know, yada, yada. Right now, there's an 8-hour window to talk about it. And then the match happens. So there's like no time at all for content creators, for content around it at all. So I think that would be a lot better. You could also make the splits a lot longer, which I think is a positive for every single team. There's the issue on like burnout. I don't know how I win that 50. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. There's like small issues on player burnout, but honestly, I don't think they're really that founded. But this would be based on if you had like, you invite the top 8 to the regional, to the top 16. You do the close qualifiers like we used to do it. So they're not playing every single weekend because, you know, there's going to be a weekend of open quals and all of that. So regional would probably take like 4 weeks. You do 3 regionals, then you have a major. So on month 4, you do your major. No, I messed up. Oh, nice save. Oh, no. So you do a major in month 4 and month 8. So you have like August, or even like you have a month break, like after a major, say. So that's like September is major 2. Then November would be your world championship. Then it's more of like a full year round. Players at least are playing for 9 months that don't make a world championship, or closer to 9 months at least. And those that do make a world championship, yeah, it's not a long break, but they still get a month off in December. Probably like a month and a half off. You would start like mid-January, I would guess. And I think that just solves a lot of issues. For orgs, a lot more eyeballs on them for a longer period of time. For players, sure, they're playing more often, but honestly, it's your job, right? Like, play the game. So I think that's much better. If you are a top team, sure, you're playing, what is that, 11 months? Or maybe like 10 months, we'll say. But they're also getting paid a lot to do it. They're winning a lot of prize money, world championship, and all of that. While the other players are playing like 8 months. So they still have a chance to have orgs, like have them for 2/3 of the year. And then hopefully there's at least like one all-season event. One thing, and I'm going to go on a rant here a bit. But one thing I don't think will happen is like everyone's like, whoa, there's big breaks in our season. So there's a chance for more third-party events. Now, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes or anything like that, and I hope there is third-party events, but I would not bank on them. We've seen what's going on right now in the video game industry. It's terrible out there. Layoffs everywhere. There's budget cuts everywhere. There's not a lot of third parties that are going to invest in a big event. outside of Gamers 8. Like, right now, with how the economy's going, like, I just don't see that happening. Now, if Epic, you know, makes a deal with one of these companies or whatever to put on an event, sure, that's possible. But I just, like, I wouldn't bank on that right now based on everything going on, like, in the world with the economy and all that. Like, I think right now it would be kind of weird to be like, oh, yeah, like, let's hope for third-party events when, like, everything's getting cut around you. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But I hope I'm wrong. But I just don't see it. Outside of Gamers 8, I would say. Like, Gamers 8 is a different beast. So, yeah. And I hope there's, like, Dream Hacks or something like that as well. But that would probably be, like, the only third party I would say. Like, it feels like there's not a ton of third parties left out there, and maybe I'm wrong, like, about that. But right now, like, no one's gonna, like, have, like, a big money grab at trying to put on a Rocket League event. Because there's not a lot of money to go around. So, that would be my guess. Now we're playing a little Rumble. Little Rumble action. Wow. On some maps, my game is just getting super framey. I'm going to turn down my settings. What do we got? Video. Let's just go... Just going to go to performance. Across the board. Screw it. I don't think I have to apply that, do I? Oh. It moved my window. Oh well. On my screen, did it was. Sorry for the long rant, but that's the basics of like my RLCS 2025 video. I'm still getting some frames here. Oh. Let me look what else I can change. We'll just leave that off, whatever. Oh no, I think this is what I wanted. Okay. It's gonna look a little worse, but that's okay. I'm not here for the graphics. Here for the gameplay. No. Regionals would not... So the dream scenario is not like... So my dream RCS 2025 is trying to account for, like, budget still, right? So I'm not trying to, like, add a ton of stuff. So it wouldn't be like, oh, every regional is a LAN or anything like that. Because that's just too much. It's more of like, hey, within what we're doing now, how can we change it slightly to make it a better product and all that. And, like, it would probably increase the budget a little bit. It depends on how many days there are for broadcasts and stuff like that. But, yeah. Would I let my giblets play professionally at 13? No, I would not. I mean, unless they were, like, amazing, sure, then, like, I guess, if that's what they want to do, but, like, I would obviously, like, have more input about, like, orgs and all that stuff. But, like, no. Like, I wouldn't have them miss school on a Friday to, like, play in a tournament, unless I knew they were like, all right, Dad, I'm ranked top 10 in the world. My team is projected to make regionals, you know, or something like that. I'm like, maybe, I guess, so to have that conversation, but, like, very likely no. Like it was in League Play with the overtime show. Yeah, like kind of like that, where it's like, so you don't get League Play out of it, because I don't think a League Play is the answer, even though T-Bates does. But you still get the, like, hyping up matches. One, if regionals are a month long, matches are going to happen a lot less often. But there's time to build up the hype of the matches, even if it's like a match that happens pretty frequently, or if it just happened in Swiss and it's going to happen again in the quarterfinal round. You still have time to like, all right, well, let's break down what happened in that matchup in Swiss, and now what needs to change for Team Y to beat Team X. And that's a conversation, and that's a video that you could easily do throughout the week, like either part of the official broadcast or even just content creators or whoever can possibly do it. Right now, there's no time to breathe during a regional, and it's just go, 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 and then we're done. And then it's like, well, that was 2 weeks off, and now you do it all again, right? But you don't know who's playing who outside of, one's playing like a bad team, right? So it doesn't really help the conversation right now, in my opinion. Have I been queuing Rumble the whole time? Yes. I have normal, standard 3s, 2s, 3s in Rumble, and hoops. All queued. All right. I don't know if I missed much else so far. All right. Let's play until we lose at this point. If you guys have any last minute questions, throw them out there in chat. But we're going to play till we lose at this point. There we go. Didn't even have to touch it. That was a good bump by them. Ow. Good job, good job. Do the players still deeply care about all the hitboxes being the same, or could we go back to having stupid Merc hitboxes? I just don't see that changing at this point. They changed it away once, like, probably not going to happen. But I don't think it really matters all that much. Like, people say that it'll matter, but I don't know. I think then people will just say, well, now it's, pay to win, yada yada. Because if like a new card came out with a great hitbox, then like, yeah, then everyone's gonna riot. So I don't think it's worth it to the devs to bother changing it back. We almost snuck it by him. Almost. Oh, good shot, good shot. just glad they changed it so everyone can keep using the Octane, yep. Either way, everyone's just going to use Octane. Oh, tie game. Let's go. Big save. Get her done. Hey, thank you, Jack. Appreciate it, man. My bad. Trying to lay it off one. No, I missed it. I think that's YouTube's up. Thank you, whoever that was. Sorry, I have the preview off. Can't see it right this second. It's a good ball. Oh, that ball did not work. That thing just died. GG. All right, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll try and do some more regular streaming from time to time. Oh man. Oh. I know that as fans we see the casters, but how much behind the scenes production staff is being kept on, I don't know for sure. I know Blast has their own people to a certain extent. We did get our production lead that we really wanted from the ESL side because he was freelance. Johan, he's coming over to work on the show. So we're all very, very excited about that. And that was our main thing. I think Crasher's also coming over, the replay ops guy, I think. But besides that, I do not know. But yeah, it's we were very happy to get Johan back. So so the shows should be pretty good still. We'll have to see exactly, like, we don't know like the layout yet, which we're figuring out this week, I believe, of what is going to entail. We'll probably begin small and then work our way back up. But we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. But at the end of the day, it's more about the players playing the game. So we're going to do our best to showcase that as best we can. See what else I missed here real quick. I like the new Hot Wheels half octane half Fennec card. The one that's what, yellow in the back. That card's been around for a while, but they just brought it back again. If that's the card you're talking about, that was a card I think Metsonoris used to use a lot while he was playing. Worlds in NA 2024 would be so huge. I would love it too. Like, honestly, I would love every major and every Worlds in NA. It just makes it a lot easier. Hotels are better too. So it's just Europe, screw them. In terms of, yeah, talent manager, like, a lot of that stuff's going over to the blast side of things. Most of the stuff's going over to the blast side of things. But yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. We will find ourselves a quick raid here on the on the Twitch side. On YouTube, the stream's just going to end. But I do appreciate y'all for coming, hanging out for a bit, paying for my lunch, paying for my Totino's pizza rolls. Okay, let's see. All right, let's give it over to B-Dale. And hope you all have a great day. I have another YouTube video coming out today. A little bit later. I think this one is about the Fortnite rules in particular. So go check that out. Besides that, catch you all later.